With a subtropical climate, a wealth of flora and fauna, and a distinct culture, we uncover a part of Japan considered very unique from the rest. Join us as we explore the islands of Okinawa.
Well, I made it to the top.
At the invitation of friends from the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association of Japan, I got myself ready for another adventure.
Well, we're all set. We've refueled, we've filed our flight plan. I've done this trip so many times on a King Air, on a Phenom Jet, and Pilatus. It's my first time to fly in a very small airplane. So, Oikawa-san, you've done this a lot. I'm sure you're very confident of your airplane.
Yes.
Engine is very good, so we're okay.
Very good performance.
I see.
We taxied out for our customs, immigration, and quarantine processing. Right after, we requested for our ATC clearance. And after a long wait in the heat of the sun, we were not given our requested routing due to traffic. And because of the heat,
My iPad is not working. I don't think he let us take off.
we were finally given takeoff clearance. It was a very hot day. And since we were loaded with fuel for the long journey, our takeoff roll took forever. Stall warning kept reminding us of our low airspeed. From Manila, we headed north. It will be a 5-hour flight on the Piper Malibu. I didn't realize that Oikawa's aircraft was only equipped with a VOR and a DME, and he had a small handheld GPS. Since I was bad in math, we had to manually compute our estimated time over waypoints. We were lucky, the weather was excellent. As we passed the last islands of Batanes, it was just water from here on. On handover to Japan airspace over Mevin, we had to descend lower and fly VFR until we got radio contact with Japan ATC. It was at this point in time when we could not afford an engine failure. Unless we were willing to swim with sharks. Finally, we spotted land as we reached Okinawa. The word Okinawa means rope in the sea, in reference to the string of islands south of Japan that makes up the prefecture. We finally got to stretch our legs as we arrived at Naha Airport.
Well, it was a long flight, but we made it over a lot of water. We're finally in Okinawa. And I think we can stretch our legs and go to the toilet. That's very important.
That evening, I was in for the AOPA Japan's traditional welcome, with a lot of food, sake, and stories. Everyone had to introduce themselves, and I was happy to meet the members from Okinawa. With some time before the activity, I made my way through the city to learn more about Okinawa's rich history.
Okinawa used to be a separate kingdom from mainland Japan and had very close ties with China.
From the 15th century, the Ryukyu Kingdom was an important player in maritime trade, trading in various ports, including Luzon in the Philippines. They had their own language and culture. The kingdom had no army, but survived mainly by trade and diplomacy. After the unification of Japan, the Meiji government abolished the kingdom and made Ryukyu into Okinawa Prefecture in 1879. The Shuri Castle was once the seat of power of this forgotten kingdom.
This gate, the Shurimun Gate, shows a very strong Chinese influence. The Chinese characters written means land of courtesy.
Ryukyu was known for its courtesy and honesty in its trade dealings. The Shikina-en Gardens is where the royal family relaxed and received guests, mostly from the Empire of China. Its red tile villa is typical Ryukyu style, while the pond and arch bridge are done in Chinese style. The garden is a rare example of Ryukyu landscape gardening. Near the end of World War II, US troops came into Okinawa shore and invaded the islands. It came under the control of the US military government for 27 years. Today, American influence can still be seen in Okinawa, especially here in downtown Naha. Naha is the capital of the prefecture and an economic center. Walking along its streets, lined with palm trees, makes me feel like being in Honolulu.
I have to get myself one of these aloha shirts.
Naha really has that relaxed island vibe. The beach was actually just a few steps away from the main street of Kokusai. You don't even have to leave the city to frolic in the sand and sea. Okinawa is also known for having the longest living people in the planet. In fact, they say that for every 100,000 people, there would be 34 who are over 100 years old.
And what is the secret for their long life? Let's see what a typical Okinawan diet is.
I find out that the Okinawans eat a lot of tofu, fresh vegetables, and seafood. Particularly squid and octopus, which are high in taurine that lowers cholesterol and blood pressure. They also have indigenous vegetables like bitter cucumbers, which are good to keep blood sugar levels at bay. I feel like a teenager already.
I think I have to stay here to live over 100.
When we come back, I explore more of Okinawa's unique culture and fly to one of its many islands.